Hey guys, it's Dude. I'm here with Misaki, and welcome to what I hope will be the finale for Kagetsu Tohya.
Aria director likes cheese.
And I made sure that we're on the correct audio channel this time, so Misaki is not muted. Alright, actually we had to reload the save because we stopped in the middle of that hide and seek thing last time. The end result of the rock, paper, scissors was that Kohaku was the demon. Bad luck, Kohaku-san.
Not at all.
You alright, Misaki?
Oh yeah. Oops. Not at all. All I need to do is make everyone else a demon, right? And this is easier than running around. Kohaku, once you've closed your eyes and counted to 100, you may move. I understand. Well, I'll start counting now.
Kohaku-san said, and then closed her eyes. Time for me to get moving too.
Be careful as you go, everyone. I shall pray for you and your good fortunes.
Yeah, work hard to see an answer too, Hisui. 1, 2. Oh, I could hear Kohaku-san's voice from behind me as I left the living room. Well, walking through the hall, I started to think. In a normal game like this, the way to certain victory is to find a spot where you can watch the demon without being seen yourself. In the best case, a position where, if you should be seen, you have enough distance to flee. But this time, that won't work. That's because the game's rules have the number of demons continually increasing, so there will be more observational targets than one person could manage. But before any of that, I turned around. Art, why are you all following me?
But it'll be fun with you. And on top of that, at the right time, we can split up and confuse the demon. Leaving aside Arcalade's first sentence, I'm in agreement with that, she says.
But there's no point in playing at all. There's no point to playing at all. If even one person in the group gets tagged, then in an instant everyone else will be caught. And what about you two? Shiki and Akiha. Oh wait, no. Wait, what? Oh yeah, the other Shiki. Who cares? You're just going the same direction I thought to go. Besides, even way back when, didn't we always have the same destination, Shiki? Now that you mention it, we did, didn't we? What about you, Akiha?
It's a bit troublesome. When I saw Nissan's back, I just wanted to follow. Is this what they call childhood imprinting?
Well, it's true that you always did tag along behind me, Akiha, but you know, it's less imprinting than it is Pavlovian conditioning. Yamizuka-san?
Huh? I just felt it would be a little lonely being by myself. Is this okay?
It's not okay. Just as I told Arcade and Senpai earlier, if we're all together, then it wouldn't be much of a game. Anyway, for the moment, everyone needs to scatter. I'm just asking, but why did you come along? A real battle is one thing, but this sort of competition I am unfamiliar with. I had intended to observe and inquiring into the actions of those familiar with the game, but I understand. To put it briefly, I shall just act as I normally do. Please do so. Okay, everyone, split up. I clapped my hands and everyone began to leave.
Yoshiki. Tono-kun, be careful.
I know this is stayed from end to end. You'll see, Shiki. I'll be the last one standing.
Nissan, for the moment, I'm going to return to my room to think. If I need to, I can always flee through my window, after all. If I'm in a pinch, come save me, Tono-kun.
Fare thee well, human. Next time we meet, we may be enemies. Flying outdoors, rushing up the stairs, or heading down the hallways, everyone left in their intended direction. Planning for myself, I began to think. It's about time for Kohaku-san to start chasing, so I'd better get moving too. Then, as I headed outside... I realized something and stopped. Just a minute ago, did I miss someone? Leaving the courtyard, I arrived in front of the old detached building. I looked behind me, but there was no one there. Seems like no one's been caught yet, so I felt a little relieved. Alright then. A quiet noise erupted from the earphone I was wearing. That would be,
Second demon has been created.
Isui's voice. If a second demon has been created, then that means that Kohaku-san has successfully caught someone. But whom?
Currently the demons are my sister Kohaku and Niro-sama.
Nero? For a moment, I doubted my ears. That's crazy. That's someone that should have never been caught by Kohaku-san.
That is the report at this time.
I bet he intentionally got caught because he figured it'd be easier for him.
He said he didn't know how to play after all.
Yeah.
99, 100. Nissan, good luck. Be careful. Aw, Hisui-chan. The prizes are all by the table, right? Yes, that's right. But Nissan, what are you looking for under there? A little something. Ah, there it is. Hey, Hisui-chan. Is this little one calm? Earlier, I fed him ham from the kitchen, so I think it's alright. Why do you ask? I just want to touch him. He's quite happy if you pat his back.
Kohaku smiled widely.
There, boy.
Wait, who's narrating right now?
Well then, Nissan, what was that? I tagged Nero-san. With that, he is now a demon. Oh, that is smart.
Yeah.
Hisui-chan, would you please call Nero-san on the radio?
I like how she knows how he works, even though they've never met. What do you mean by this, girl?
Nero-san, you are Chaos, correct?
Correct. I am the chaos that contains 666 beasts. That is my chaos. What about it?
So, Coulter-kun here is also Chaos, right? In other words, it is you as well, Nero-san.
However, I see one large gap in your interpretation. Take a portion of your arm and throw it away. If that portion is then touched, would it not fail to count as a tag under these rules?
However, pieces of arms don't move. Of course, neither do pieces of legs or fingers either. For example, if you were cleaved in two, Nero-san, would you not become a demon? Should either half be tagged? In other words, since Coulter-kun is you, shouldn't this tag be valid? As a theorem, it would be Nero equals Chaos equals Coulter-kun.
I see. To give a sarcasm. To win, you are required to tag the chaos that is me. And my familiar culture is that same chaos. Thus, if you tag chaos, then I should become a demon.
That's right. Too bad.
I cocked my head at that point. He'd accept that? I really can't understand how these scientists think. But just forget about that for the moment. As proof that Nero was now a demon, one of Nero's familiar deer appeared in front of me. It didn't seem like it was going to attack me. Probably it's there to observe. Its eyes never left me. Well, it seems like hiding in the detached building is out now. There's no idiot in the world stupid enough to hide in front of the eyes of his hunter. Oh well. Since Kohaku-san and Nero are still inside the mansion, then right now the only place left to hide is in the forest. Spinning on a heel, I started walking. The problem is, how am I going to get rid of that familiar? Or so I thought. I turned back to face the detached building again. The deer hasn't moved from in front of the building. What, not going to follow? And while I was asking myself that, a black leopard appeared. Wow. Ah, that's right. Nero has 666 familiars in total, so even if he doesn't have one familiar following each person around, he can still keep an eye on all likely places. It certainly is just like Akiya said. If it weren't for the rule requiring every tag to be with the hand, then this game would be over in an instant. Phew. Ah, what a pain. The most annoying guy got tagged right away. I kept running. 30 minutes later. Hiding from the eyes of the familiars, I sunk into the shadow of a tree. Accidentally, my stomach rumbled. Glancing at my watch told me it was around about 11:30. Yeah, it's about lunchtime, isn't it? Well, yeah, but it's not a good idea to move right now. In an attempt to conserve some energy, I leaned back against the trunk of the tree and relaxed. Right then, chigs. At that sound, I jumped up dangerously fast. The third person?
Demon has been created.
Just like before, Hisui's voice. Who was it this time?
It's almost lunchtime, isn't it, Hisui-chan? But today, neither Akiya-sama nor Shiki-sama are present. Nan, what will you do? Everyone gets hungry after exercising. I thought I'd make something simple. After all, we've got a lot of guests today. Soup? Aw, how disappointing, Hisui-chan. Today's lunch will be curry.
Oh.
Ah, yeah.
See where this is going?
By the way, where has Nero-san gone? Ah, Nero-san found someone hiding, so he headed outside. Let's finish the curry before he comes
backwards.
back. Let's finish the curry before he comes back, Hisui-chan.
I pulled the transceiver from my ear. No need to listen to know who was caught. More importantly, I was getting concerned because I could feel something watching me from up in the trees. The someone hiding Kohaku-san had mentioned. No proof. No proof, just intuition. But as soon as I realized that was me, I started moving. As I ran weaving through the trees, I couldn't get away from the gazes overhead at all. I don't know how many, but it seems like there are a lot of Nero's familiars up there. Before me, a black dog blocked my path. Move it. A single blade stroke killed both front legs. Even if it is just chaos, killing during the game seems a little awkward. If it's only the legs so it can't move, then when it goes back inside Nero, there shouldn't be any problems. I think. A bit hypocritical, huh? That was just a second's consideration. Leapt over the dog's head and without pausing, slipped quickly into the mansion. So that I wouldn't encounter anyone, I rushed quickly up the stairs. Jigs. The way too familiar noise of a new demon.
Fourth demon has been created.
Man, last time was Ciel Senpai. Who is it this time? I closed the door to my room and leaned against it. I checked the time. Currently 12:30.
Finally cornered you, Shiki-san.
What?
First, we'll catch you with this rope. Then with Nero-san's chaos binding your legs, I can take my time tagging you.
Hold it, what's that supposed to mean?
Well, Shiki-san could always kill the floor and escape downwards. And since you're in good shape, he might also attempt to jump out the window. So the first thing to do would be to stop you from moving.
Well, jumping from the second story is unthinkable.
See? So please, just quietly let us capture you. Nero-san, Shiki-san has agreed to your use of chaos.
Like hell I'll take that. Oh, well, is that so? Then with hesitation I shall summon forth all my beasts that are not patrolling outdoors. Boy, I may be forbidden the soil of Genesis, but it will be fine to drag you into the heart of a screaming hell of 300 beasts. Given the chance, how about becoming a part of my chaos? No. Having a familiar with your mystic guys would not be bad at all. Don't just treat people like things.
So you see, Shiki-san, just stay right there. Don't worry, this won't hurt a bit.
Do I get a say?
Just throw that sort of thing into the garbage. Well, Nero-san, take him.
Humph. Oh.
Just what do you think you're doing in front of my room?
I did not think she would actually come out, girl. I guess this is a case of acting just as expected.
Eh? Too bad. Here, Akiya-sama, you're tagged. No, you're a demon too. But, Nissan, why did I hear his voice?
Root of that magic is this. I've lived a long time, but a girl this tricky is rare. I'm quite awed.
Tape recorder? Kohaku, wouldn't you ever? Before everyone gathered in the living room, I started the tape recording from behind the table. Shiki-san's lines seem to be easy to use, so I just edited them a little. It may be a cliche trick, but it's cliche because it's effective, right? Wait, how do they edit back then?
Yeah, I mean, it's possible, but it would require a lot of time and effort. Like,
Kohaku's just built different.
yeah.
You really did it this time, Kohaku. I'm sorry.
Actually, wait. Let's look back at the lines there, because yeah,
I get a say.
Yeah, don't just treat people like things. Like hell, I'll take. Yeah, these are all things he said. So he just, yeah. She didn't make like individual words. These were all sentences he said in full. Oh, you two. As far as I can tell from Hisui's broadcasts, aren't you two surprisingly well matched? What a waste. Of all things, now Aki has a demon too. Shiki stood before my eyes and spoke to the ceiling. And I've got to be absolutely certain, nope, not to get caught. I can't let Akiya go to anyone else. Can I ask you something? What is it, Shiki? You hungry? I'm starved. Haha. Shiki gave a meaningless little laugh. Oh well, that doesn't matter. There's one thing I absolutely need to ask this guy, though. Why are you in my room? Huh? What are you saying? This was originally my room. You only started living here recently. Damn, don't you remember living in that detached building? Oh, is that right? Not is that right, but that is right. Anyway, they say you can't fight on an empty stomach, so shall we eat? Shiki pulled a bag packed with sausages out of his sleeve. When did you pick that up? Right before Akiya started explaining the rules. I knew I wouldn't have time for a leisurely lunch after all. If I wanted something I could simply carry around with me, well, it wasn't anything but these. Well, you feel free to treat this like your own house. Although I was really hoping for a nice blood pack to drink. Somehow it seems like there's an implicit truce to in effect right now. So I took the opportunity to question Shiki. I don't need any of that. By the way, Shiki, did you realize it? Realize what? Shiki shoved a red sausage into his mouth. This game isn't just about athletics or strength. Yeah, because that schemer Kohaku is involved. Wouldn't it obviously be a battle of wits? If the original demon had been myself or Akiya, then it would have been brute force, though. And on top of that, the second demon was pretty bad. Why did it have to be Professor Nero? Here. Like everyone just calls him Professor. Thanks. Shiki held out the bag, and I pulled out a few sausages and tossed them in my mouth. Glancing at the clock, it was already past 2 o'clock. No wonder I'm hungry. In other words, this game is less a game of tag and more of a con game. A battle of treachery and deception. This demon has been setting traps and tricking people for a long time. I wonder what her next move will be. Who knows? It's starting to be quite... Shiki's gaze was pointed in an odd direction. Toward the floor and off to the right. What is it? It seems like the others have been searching the rooms one by one. This is bad. Fairly soon they'll get here. You got X-ray vision? Nah, I can just feel their presence, that's all. By the footsteps and voices, I can tell. We stood. The corridor needs to be avoided at all costs. Which means... I never thought I'd have to imitate Arcoade. Just as I placed one foot on the windowsill, a high scream echoed through the mansion. Not sure who that could be. I'm going to guess Yumizuka. Misaki? Oh, no, okay. That was Akiha. With an incredibly fake monotone scream, Akiha. Oh, it was a fake scream. What? Akiha, wait for me. I'm coming to kill it right now. I tripped and fell on my face. Hurriedly, I got up to stop him. Idiot. Idiot. Shiki, don't go. Who's the idiot? Are you gonna just ignore Akiya when she's in danger? You cold-hearted bastard. Cold-hearted or not isn't the issue. Akiya's a demon right now, you know. So what? I'm gonna save Akiha. No matter what, I will protect Akiha. In certain situations, those may be very moving lines. If your victim is obviously setting a trap, and your opponent is also a cockroach, a plainly imaginary one, is moving, that is. I placed my hands on Shiki's shoulders. I understand. I won't say anything else. In my place, do a splendid job of protecting Akiya, Shiki. Yeah. See you later, Shiki. Our earlier conversation. I enjoyed it. Me too. Smiling at him, I jumped out the window to the tree. By the time I was reaching out for the third tree, Hisui's familiar report sounded in my ears, and I sighed. Just as you expect from real siblings. We both got caught by the same trap. Nero's familiar gaze was from in front of the detached building. Was gone from. Probably as the number of demons increased, he pulled them back to make himself stronger. Or maybe keeping it here was just a pain. I flew inside the building and flopped down on the floor. The clock was pointed to 3 o'clock. Only an hour left. I never wondered why I was getting so serious over something like this. It's like that. It's just like people watching a pillow fight to stay calm, but the ones that involved get really hyped. Or something. Yeah, now I'm tired even though I've started on meaningless self-analysis. I don't think that demon folks are going to stay searching the mansion forever. With only an hour left, even this detached building isn't a safe place anymore. How many people are still alive anyway? I hadn't heard anything about Arkway getting caught. Otherwise, there's Yumizuka-san. At a familiar noise, I twitched.
The 6th demon has been created.
Who? Oh.
Ooh. Even in the daytime, this is a great vampire body. Even the basic physical strength is different from a living human. If I can just stay free for 1 more hour, then split the prizes with Tono-kun. Yep, that's fine. I'll sure show them how I can get away. I mean, I even got away from that senpai after all. I suppose you're thinking you can just jump out of that window. Who's there? That's worthless. Your charming gaze will never work on me, after all.
Nope.
Oops. Ah, you.
That's right. I'm the very one that drank your blood. The one you could call your parents, Tonoshiki-sama. Goodness, you've started to grow into quite the vampire, huh? Ah, you can't run away. Don't move.
I can't move. Why not?
Didn't I just say it? I'm basically your parent. My commands must be absolutely obeyed. You can't escape my rule. Now, it would be quite troubling for you to survive this game. Unfortunately, I can't let you take the position as head of the Tono family. With myself and Akia out, that means there's only one thing left for me to do. I'm going to make everyone a demon. Completely losing doesn't suit me. With that, Yumizuka-san is out, which means that people left are me and Arkwade.
How did he forget about his bestie?
Yeah, wait a sec, aren't I forgetting someone? Suddenly the vision of a certain guy floating up in my mind, and I raised my head. Arihiko. That's right, I hadn't heard him get called out yet. Which means... When did he disappear, anyway? It was definitely in the living room. But after that... I clapped my hands and everyone began to leave. Oh, flashback.
See you later, Shiki. Tono-kun, be careful.
Flahaha. I know this is safe from end to end. You'll see, Shiki. I'll be the last one standing.
Nissan, for the moment, I'm going to return to my room to think. If I need to, I can always flee out my window after all. If I'm in a pinch, come save me, Tono-kun.
Fairly well, human. Next time we meet, we may be enemies. Flying outdoors, everyone rushed up the stairs. Or, yeah, it's the same dialogue. Then as I headed outside... I realized something had stopped. Just a minute ago, did I miss someone? By then, Arihiko had already disappeared. But in that case, exactly where is he? Have I just not seen him? Or considering who this is he lurking somewhere? Right then, I sensed someone outside. At once, I jumped to the shoji door and ran in the opposite direction. I ran through the trees. You're so slow, Shiki. No matter how much you try, you are after all just a human, you know. Shiki, I don't suppose you feel like letting me go? I have no reason to let you get away. It's not like we're trying to kill each other today, so if you go quietly, it'll soon... Thump. Thump? Still smiling, Shiki slowly toppled. From behind him, Akiya appeared, smiling at me.
That was close, Nisan.
Akiya, why?
Once I became a demon, I had to make sure that you remain alive, Nisan. For you, I can feel relieved letting you take over as head of the Total family. And then... I'm a prize too.
What's wrong, Akiya? Your face is turning red.
Yeesh. You don't have to understand. Anyway, your allies, so hurry up and run away. Soon other pursuers will be here.
Got it. Thank you, Akiha.
It was my pleasure.
Is this really a fair game? I'm beginning to wonder, but if I really think about it, I'm playing tag against vampires. The humans need to be able to get away with almost anything. So I told myself, I cleared my doubts. As I resumed running, the transceiver crackled in my ear. Well, alright. This is all the vampires talking, or demons. I don't know who's who, though. I'm going to say the second one's Nero.
Finish searching the inside of the mansion.
Then all that remains is the outdoors and the detached building. Let us split up and search. I shall look for the princess. What about the rest of you?
I'm going for Tono-kun. Akiya-sama and Shiki-sama have already headed outside. So let us follow them. Okay, everyone. Do your best to find Arkoid-san and Shiki-san.
Looks like they're gone. Oh. Whew, that was painful. I'm glad no one found me, but it's a little hard to understand why not.
With everything that's happened, you've been hiding behind the sofa for more than 5 hours. Are you alright?
Leave it to me. Inu Arihiko would be perfectly fine even if I had to be a human chair for an entire week.
Believe you would die if you did so, though. By the way, why were you hiding in such a place?
Oh, that. Well, this is less a game of tag and more a game of hide and seek, so I use those techniques to win. Put it shortly, hiding in plain sight. No one would even think someone would hide in the very place that the demon was counting, and so they blind themselves.
I did not know that.
The real problem with this trick is that you can't use it twice. If you're noticed, you'll be caught right away. But somehow, it looks like it went well this time. Everyone's desperately searching outside.
Ah.
Well. Anyway, since everyone went outside, I can finally get to stretch a bit. What is it, Hisui-chan?
Not everyone.
That's right, Hisui-chan's here after all. Sorry, that was rude.
No, not that. In the kitchen. Ah, that was good. It's been a long time since I got to eat that much curry. Ah, I see Inui-kun. Okay, tag. Now Inui-kun, you're a demon too.
What the... Hold on.
Hisui-san, would you please report Inui-kun's capture?
Hold on a sec, the stream dropped for a second.
Oh.
It looks like it's back. Okay, just a little blip. Okay.
Yes, I shall now begin the transmission. I was hoping he'd win.
Yeah. Oh, right, which means that...
Which means that the currently remaining are Arkoid-san and Shiki-sama. Do your best for the remaining 10 minutes.
This time it seems like it really is just Arcoid and me. And from the direction of the courtyard, I spotted Arcoid. Hey, why are you so blatantly walking around? Arcoid.
Yahoo, Shiki! You're doing fine, it seems.
Where have you been hiding?
I've just been taking a nap on the roof of the mansion. The only ones to see me there were Nero's familiars.
Why? It's just me that feels like an idiot for all the panicking running around the estate. So it's only 10 minutes left. What are you doing here? Wouldn't it have been better if you just quietly sit there spacing out on the roof?
But then, it would have been almost as if I didn't participate at all. I want to run around and be chased too.
I see. I've done more than enough of that. Enough that I'd rather trade with you.
Yep. I've been watching you from up there the entire time. It's been pretty amusing.
Right now, that part of myself that, without any connection to Naya blood, wanted to kill Arcoid so badly it was precious to me. And shall I give you the pleasure of being chased, Arcoid? Between Arcoid and me, a sudden gust of wind blew. No, not a wind, a giant knife, a black key. Oh, I guess that was Ciel that said that then. The blade was half buried in the wall of the estate, still quivering with the force of the throw. And among all the people I know, only one uses these. Ciel Senpai. She changed her outfit.
Hello, Tono-kun. Tax collection time.
Senpai, that line doesn't really match your executioner's clothing. For that matter, when did you change?
Don't worry about the little details. Well then, this will have caught everyone. Inui-kun, take care of Tono-kun, please.
Aye aye, sir. Tono, just give up. I'll pass. I easily dodged the charging Arihiko. Arcoid.
It looks like this one doesn't intend to let me leave either. Shiki, go on ahead.
But what about...
Ciel's no worry. As long as I keep her in check, she can't do anything to you.
Got it. But no killing, remember?
I know that. This is a game after all. But you know...
Arcoid's eyes started to shine.
Aren't the black keys forbidden, Ciel? If you're going to act like that, then I too shall become just a little serious.
I returned to the mansion living room. The clock pointed to 3:59 p.m. No matter who returns, I can at least buy that much time before getting tagged.
Welcome back, Shiki-sama.
I'm back, Hisui. It sounded almost like the usual conversation we had when I get back from school.
It does, doesn't it? Since you've returned just in time, I shall make my report in person. Arcoid-sama has become a demon.
Seems like even Arcoid couldn't keep Senpai from tagging her.
I'm sorry, but that's incorrect. While Ciel-senpai pulled all of Arcoid-sama's attention to herself, Akiya-sama tagged her from behind.
I see. So I'm the only one left in the end, huh?
No. In the end, no one remains.
Eh? Even before I could ask, Kisui's hand touched my shoulder. It's Kohaku, isn't it?
Now it's all over.
As she said that, Hisui smiled. Her meaning slowly drifted into my brain. It was unlikely that Hisui would ever choose to touch me. On top of that, she had no reason to touch me. So that means the person in front of me isn't Hisui, but using Hisui's clothes. Kohaku?
Yes, it was very close, but I just made it in time. 5 seconds remained.
Just as Kohaku nodded her head, the bell rang to announce the end of the game. These are the field day pictures of the Arima family. This is when, after the foot race, Tono had collapsed.
So Shiki was a child, huh? Arcade, what obvious stuff are you babbling? Any human was a child at one time. I wasn't. I want this picture of Shiki. You aren't human, and this prize album belongs to Kohaku-san, so don't just go taking pictures out of it. Heh. Then, those 5 pictures you snuck into your pocket will be returned, right? Geesh, you lecture people when you're acting like that yourself. I just can't let you out of my sight.
Yumizuka, stop looking so greedy. You've got your own pictures from middle school, right?
But I don't have many pictures of Tono-kun. And then the little sister over there is staring so seriously at the album. Hey, little sister. Come back to Earth. Yes? What is it, Arcade-san? She's back. You spent so long staring fascinatedly at Shiki's pictures, even though you see him every day. This and that are entirely different issues. Nissan and I were apart for 8 years, so of course the records of his precious growing up would be interesting. But isn't it nice for you? Since Kohaku won, you can see them anytime. But I'd have to ask Kohaku every time I did, which is just a little bit annoying. Ah well, I suppose I can settle for that as a compromise. I'm one of the losers after all.
Akiha, stop looking just at Shiki's pictures. Look at mine too. The precious pictures of your real brother growing up.
But they're all pictures of your prison cell. Wow, this is rather scary. The background doesn't change at all, only the pictured person is growing. And then, they're all the same peace sign pose, making it look like some sort of ghost photo. Did you take these, Kohaku-san?
I too am the owner of a photo album. The pictures of all the familiars I've absorbed in the past. Look as much as you please. Those captured inside are unusual creatures and rare beasts, making this a valuable book. I'd like to see that. Wow, this guy's album is a handle on the front. Although, if he hasn't explained, it would just look like a book of animal pictures.
Twitching Animal Land? Are there all 666 in here?
Not at all. There are also mementos from those who died in there, so there are well over 1,000. Additionally, those that became undead don't photograph well. At the same time, there are some paintings in there too.
There really are, Nero. You can paint?
Wait, he has over 1,000 animals in there, so does he have every Pokemon?
Yeah, he's a Pokemon master.
Watching the others outside the corner of my eye, I sat on the sofa, talking to Hisui. Her face looked very interesting in the photos, but at the same time, she seemed too tense and so was staying away. Well, well, she can look at the album later. And then to be done in by Hisui, and the old-fashioned twin trick, too.
Sorry, Shiki-sama. About 30 minutes before the game ended, Nan suggested it, and so we switched places.
Well, there's no rule against using disguises, so it's fine. Besides, I was the one that let my guard down there at the very end of it all, which hurts.
Regrettable, Shiki-sama.
Yeah, that reminds me. Where did our Victor Kohaku-san go? Go anyway? Do you know Hisui?
We spotted Nessan heading to the courtyard a little while ago. Probably she went outside to cool down a little.
Okay, then I'm going to follow her. I sit up from the sofa. As I entered the courtyard, I saw Kohaku-san sitting in a chair with her eyes closed. It was just like Hisui said. She came out here to cool off. Since it was already dark outside, the breeze was refreshingly chilled.
Shiki-san, what's the matter?
Noticing me as I drew near, Kohaku-san opened her eyes and stood. Nothing, I just thought I'd talk a bit. That okay?
Of course, I don't mind at all. What did you wish to talk about?
Although, to tell the truth, there wasn't really any topic I had in mind. Today was the first time in a while I've done so much running around. I'm rather tired.
Were you and the others like that way back when, too? I mean, using the entire state.
Well, if you mean playing wherever we wanted, then yeah, but we were little kids back then. There wasn't any running around all over the place like we did today. Then back then, the game was a lot simpler. Just run, and if the demon catches you, you're out. That was all.
Sometime in the middle today, the goal mysteriously changed.
Yeah, back then, no one made any curry in the middle of the game.
That's true. But it didn't seem like I could win with a straight-up fight. But I'm glad. In the end, even Hisui-chan got to play.
Could you really call that playing? I don't know, but if she accepts it as such, then that's fine. Ah, that's right. Here, I'm turning this. Oh, no. Okay.
Oh, it's right here. I'm returning this.
And Kohaku-san pulled a knife out from her sleeve. The handle had Naya carved on it. My knife.
Seal 7th scripture in Akiya-sama's Master of the Tonal Family for a day. I'm also giving back. Even if I kept them, I have no way to use them. And Shiki's prize...
and Shiki's prize of Akiha?
It's very tempting. But the consequences are frightening, so I'll give up on that. But for you, Shiki-san, I'd like to have dating privileges at least once.
I don't mind at all, and for that reason, I'm glad neither Arcade nor one of the others won. In Arcade's case, she really might drag me back to the Millennium Castle with her.
Prizes, though, happily keep. Your childhood photos, for example, are wonderful.
I can feel my face falling into a troubled expression, knowing that there's an album of my pictures in Kohaku-san's room. Somehow it's difficult to calm down. Anyway, shall we return? Without the guest of honor, I'm sure everyone is worried.
True, and if we're here too long, we'll freeze.
Then as Kohaku-san and I stood together to return indoors. Woo! In the distance, I could hear a dog's howl. Unconsciously, I looked up. A wild dog?
That near sounds familiar, Coulter-kun.
Huh?
Oh, you know, things have been pretty stirred up lately. So I told Akiya-sama, why don't we get a guard dog? And this was just perfect.
I unthinkingly turned back to the courtyard. No, certainly, Kohaku-san had never said a word about returning that. You're intending to make that black dog beast our guard dog?
Yes. As reliable as he is. Soon we'll have to go buy some ham for him to eat.
Reliable, she said. Do you really understand, Kohaku-san? That's a war dog and a familiar, you know. The Tono Mansion already has a rather bad reputation, but when you start keeping that around, what sort of rumors will there be?
Shiki-san, if you keep standing there, you'll catch a cold.
At Kohaku-san's call, I returned to myself. Yeah, okay, I'm coming. Turning quickly, I headed indoors. Woo! At my back, Coulter-kun raised a lonely howl to the moon. Did you have some fun?
Oh yes. Thank you so much.
That's good. Then, Kohaku-san, of all the things you got, which one makes you happiest?
Raise a plane together with everyone. That was a cute story.
Yeah.
That was the most wholesome one.
So what, much longer than I was expecting.
Today's lucky item. Dog.
Well, that's
No
appropriate.
wonder why Kohaku won.
Alright, in the last 10 nights of Dream Story, but not the end of the game, we have Dawn. A dark road, a quiet park, the plunging silver light of the moon, the white moon in the sky, a gasp of wonder. Very large, very fast, something was chasing me. Before my eyes, resentfully shouting in the dark, was a shape blacker than the night itself. No time to understand. Just a sudden gust of wind. That's all it felt like. The world suddenly seemed to spin. I could see the moon hanging in the sky. Suddenly it was chipped. I let out a scream. Red moon. Why? Cold. Eerie moon. I saw the moon so large as if it were leaning over me. Scared. Going to swallow me. I could hear the sounds of water. Sounds of a lake quietly spreading across the earth. Sinking into the water. Dark, sinking into that lake. Cold. The moon is so red. Red moon in a black world. I was dreaming. A dream from which I could not awaken. I dreamt dawn. I slowly awoke. Near my pillow, I could hear the rhythmical tick, tick, tick of a clock, announcing its existence to the world. A look showed me that it was a few minutes past midnight. I wonder why I woke up. It's not something to brag about, but I'm one of those people who, once they go to sleep, don't wake up until morning. Even so, since I did wake up in the middle of the night like this, it wouldn't be strange if something was wrong. Or maybe I just felt something happen. I sat up. The pale moonlight shining in through the window illuminated the room. A familiar room. There was nothing unusual. Tonoshiki's room was the same as always. But what was this urgency boiling inside of me? My throat was rasping dry, as if I had gone for days without a drop of water. A pounding deep behind my eyes. My pulse raced. My body temperature suddenly seemed to rise. I stood up and walked to my desk. I opened up the top drawer, and there was a knife sitting there. Nanatsuya, 7 Nights. Only that carved into the handle of the solid, unadorned switchblade. In the series of events 6 months ago, I had protected. My life was with this knife. I wiped away the dust and picked it up. It fit perfectly, almost as if there was an extension of my hand, as if it had no weight at all. The feeling of the knife helped calm me. Something is happening tonight. My experience told me that. However, it's not something a normal person like me needs to worry about, right? For some reason, I had awoken, and I couldn't stop feeling that there was an important reason for that. I shifted the knife in my hand a few times, and gripping it tightly, I aimed for the terrace and began to walk. The thin curtains of the window opened, and, prickling my skin, the crimson moon, a black world, like a dark lake. The perfect roundness of the full white moon. I opened the window and let the cool fresh air of summer flow in. The stagnant air inside flowed out. I took a deep breath. Inhale, exhale. I calmly looked up at the sky, the white moon. A very unpleasant feeling. Almost as if something was broken. Like the moon floating in the night sky, there was an emptiness in my heart. I clicked my tongue as the reasonless unease that was born in my chest. Then I went out onto the terrace and jumped. The wind rumbled behind me with my passage. Unfortunately, with the strength of my legs, it was difficult to leave the Tono estate in one bound. It was easiest to leave by the front door, but then either Hisui or Kohaku, one of them might be there, and Akiya would find out. I wonder why they're all in caps. If that happened, then she'd have something to say to me at breakfast time. If possible, I'd like to avoid that, because it's not good to worry my little sister too much. But I used the branches of the surrounding trees as stepping stones and headed for the wall. I knew where all the security cameras were located, but getting to the wall without being seen required a rather large detour. Sometimes living in a mansion with such large grounds is really a pain. Finally, I saw the wall. This wall, seeming almost as if it was built high enough to cut off the estate from the surrounding world, wasn't something I liked much. It always feels too gloomy. I looked over the rampart-like walls. My breath was not short in the slightest. Just then, I felt my heart contract, my pulse race. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 10. The beating multiplied. 20, 50, 100. It was as if there were countless hearts within my body that just began beating. No, it's probably just the ringing in my ears. Because multiple hearts beating forth in chorus just couldn't be real. I dissolved into heaving gasps. Impatience, unease, fear, and their ilk ruled me, spreading through my body as if carried by my arteries. I felt as if some unknown person had stolen control of my body from me. But even so, my mind was calm. The hand I thrust out to keep from falling resounded surprisingly loudly against the wall, I thought, and wondered if I might have hurt myself. My vision twisted. Pure red. A crimson world. As if a child had run wild with red paint. Pure red. Closed-eyed black, watery world. That was the view spread before me. I looked around, and the world had completely changed. Just a moment ago, I had been standing next to the Tono estate, but now it looks like an alley in downtown. I don't know of any red-dyed alleys. Right then, I noticed it for a moment. I didn't understand what it was. After all, it was dark, and it wasn't in any shape I'd guess. But the main reason was that I didn't want to admit what it was, because recognizing that what it was would be bad for my mental health. My ability to accept it was probably low. But I soon understood. My mind quickly recovered. In times of conflict and crisis, the higher your ability to recognize and accept things, the greater your chances of survival. Because of that, and the many times I had towed the line of death, my ability to recognize and accept was far better than normal people. This time, that was a bitter gift. Filling the air around me was the scent of fresh blood. It was a mass of flesh. Minced, squashed, torn, smashed, dissolved, utterly destroyed, human. In places, something white stuck out. Pink organs were scattered all about. Something gray had splattered from the round thing that looked like it might have been a head, dragging something thread-like behind it. A ping-pong-sized ball had rolled along the ground. It wasn't the right volume for one human either. It was an atrocious giant mass of flesh that was more than any person could bear to see. Ugh. Something burned in my throat. Telling someone to endure this would be a horrible thing. These incomprehensible to normal minds, dead bodies. As if seizing my throat, it burned into my eyes, the pure red. Drip, drip, warm blood still fell. A sniff filled my nostrils with the unique scent of blood. Did I do that? Did I kill them and then I turn them into that strange thing? I had no memories between the Tono estate and here. Like blanks coming from a broken projector. So, did I do this during that gap? It should have been impossible. This isn't a deed that humans could do. To tear something apart like that, it's not something a normal human could do. But then, why are my hands dripping blood? It's a safe bet that the blood on these hands is blood from those bodies. Clip, clop, footsteps. They cleared my thoughts. Is it alright to be seen here? I don't know whether I did this or not, but being seen here would be bad. I looked around me, but this was a dead end. No place to run, no place to hide. Unable to think of anything, I just waited and watched for that person to see me. At last the footsteps grew louder, and the approaching person stepped out to the moonlight and revealed herself. A woman, body wrapped in dark clothing. Her age appeared fairly close to my own. As she looked at me, I saw a somewhat intimate expression on her face. Does this woman not see the dead bodies? Well, no, she couldn't. If she was no normal person, then there's no way she could stand before bodies like this and have an expression like that. And then in front of a man with blood-drenched hands.
In a Tono-kun.
She spoke to me like in a friendly voice. Huh? I knew I sounded idiotic even as I spoke.
My Tono-kun. Surely, you haven't forgotten me? You're really quite cold, aren't you, Tono-kun? Forgetting about me in just 6 months.
Tono? That's right. That's my name. Is it really? That's right. Tonoshiki knows this girl. Ciel-senpai? She smiled.
That's right, Tono-kun.
Senpai, hadn't you returned to the Vatican?
The Vatican until yesterday. And then my superiors ordered that...
Here, her lips twisted as if about to say something distasteful.
Tono-kun, are you still with her?
Her?
Yes, Arkoid Brunstad, Princess of the True Ancestors.
Who?
Yeah, I thought so. Well, it seemed like she had not returned to the Millennium Castle, nor does she seem to be hunting down the remaining dead apostles. My superiors became a little uneasy about what she was doing. So I'm here representing the burial agency to keep an eye on her.
But... Oh. Senpai looked around, then shook her head.
It's been dragged into more trouble, Tono-kun.
Huh?
This is impressive. Amazing destructive power. Was she the one who did this?
Huh?
Humans couldn't do this. Just look. Over there is a human arm. Torn cleanly off. With just human strength, this isn't possible. Anything that could do this is not human.
Senpai looked at me. There was nothing gentle in those eyes now. Her cold gaze, sharp enough to kill, speared me. Feeling that piercing gaze, I gulped.
Tono-kun, was she the one who did this? Was it Arkwade? Or was it a different dead apostle? If you know anything, please tell me.
Sorry, I only just got here myself, so I don't know anything.
I see. Well, if you say that, then I'll believe you.
She put on a thinking expression as she passed in front of me and drew near to the pile of flesh. Spotting something, she squatted and picked up some rod-like object.
Drop this, Tono-kun.
And Senpai's hand was a knife.
This is your treasured knife, isn't it?
Yeah. I took the knife from her. The blade was untouched by blood. However, when I took it, the handle was stained red.
I was wondering, Tono-kun, aren't you hot in that coat?
Looking a little surprised, she pointed at my coat. Certainly, most of the time you're wearing a black trench coat in the summer. You wouldn't wear a black trench coat in the summer. Next question would be whether I have any fashion sense at all. Since the front was sealed tight, it must look quite warm. But I wasn't as hot as you might think.
An aloha shirt wouldn't look right on you, Tono-kun. But even so, a trench coat at this point in summer?
Yeah. At my response, Senpai just sighed.
Tono-kun, she's a true ancestor, so she'd be fine with just a shirt in the chill of midwinter. But you're human. You don't need to force yourself to match her.
Yeah. She looked around again.
Looks like I'm going to need to discuss this incident with her. Tono-kun, you know where she is, right?
No, don't know.
I'm not going to pick a fight as soon as we meet. Right now, I'm sufficiently grown up after all.
No, I really don't know.
Is that so?
Yeah.
Okay, I got it. I'll search for her myself. Tono-kun, you should probably get away from here soon. I'll be taking down the barrier.
Yeah.
Well then, Tono-kun, when this incident is taken care of, I'll see you again.
With that, Senpai spun on her heel and walked off. I also started walking. First I need to wash my hands, then return to the mansion. That's right. My life as Tonoshiki is waiting for me. Tonoshiki? Is that my name? Suddenly my sight shook. All the strength seemed to flow from me. As if something had stolen the control of my body. As if something other than myself was moving it. I wonder if I called out now, would she hear me? if I collapsed here, my coat would be soaked with blood. So I thought then. My gaze twisted. I'm still dreaming. I awoke. A park bench. That was the first thing I thought when I opened my eyes. I was lying on a park bench. I sat up. There was no one nearby. The park was wrapped in darkness, with only the occasional lamppost lit. Other than that, the only light that was that which poured from the heavens and pierced my eyes, the red moonlight. I was uncomfortable, but gazing at my surroundings was pleasant. I stood and looked around again, but I could hear nothing but the chirping of insects. So this is the park at night. I glanced at my hands. There was no trace of blood, nor any on my coat. As if to say that seeing those dead bodies was just a dream. All signs of blood were gone from my body. That's right, it was just a dream. It was nothing but a dream. Then I realized there was something in my pocket. I pulled it out. It was a knife, handle smeared with something crimson. The proof that it was no dream. It really happened. But even if that was reality, what reason do I have to be afraid? That CL Senpai person said it, right? That wasn't something done by a human. And then the only weapon I have has no blood upon its blade. Right, I didn't do anything. I sighed in relief. Maybe rude to those who died, but to me, the fact that it wasn't me that killed them is more important. Anyway, I'm not a murderer. I sat on the bench. What should I do now? Well, first I should go home, but what after that? Avenge those people? Out of the question. I had no confidence that I would survive taking on something that could kill people like that. Probably it'd be best to just stay in the mansion waiting for the storm to pass. Being a hero like this just isn't in character for me. I'm just one of those little people that takes care of themselves first. Erg. With a grunt like some old geezer, I stood. The night sky was beginning to brighten. Must be almost 4 a.m. Even if I go straight home, will I be able to make it into the bed without meeting anyone?
Hey.
Someone called. I looked in the direction, and what had arrived without me noticing, a woman stood there. Wearing white clothes with golden hair down to her shoulders, crimson eyes, smiling a bright smile at me. A beauty. You don't see people this beautiful often. That earlier CL Senpai was good looking too, but she couldn't compare to this woman. What shining beauty. Every other woman must admire it.
Something wrong, Shiki?
Ah, dangerous. This one is dangerous. Arcade? She smiled at me. A winning, warm smile. It shone purely with all the joy she felt it for her life. Felt horribly jealous. Then Arcoid's smile froze.
Shiki?
I shivered as if some fever filled my body. At that moment, my body jumped. I leapt backwards. That one leap opened the distance between myself and Arcade by almost 30 meters. But even so, my shaking didn't stop. My body knew it was still well within her attack radius.
Who are you?
Crimson eyes, filled with unnatural power, they glared at me. It felt as if a spear of ice had been thrust in my spine. Danger. My life was in danger. I could feel my death drawing closer.
Are you?
The air around her seemed to change, almost as if wrapped in flames. Waves seemed to rise in the air around her. I stiffened. Bloodlust. Striking out from Arcade, a strong bloodlust. A lethal anger. If I'm exposed to this for even a few more seconds, I'll go mad. But there's nothing I could do. I could think of no way to run and no way to fight. My thoughts just stumbled in empty circles. Glaring at me with her dreadful killing gaze, she began to walk forward. One step, then another. Distance of a mere 30 meters should take no longer than a breath for her, but she continued her deliberate pace. Ah! I let loose a howl. There's no way I could oppose this enemy and survive. This flesh would be pulverized. Just an overwhelming difference in strength. Like an elephant and an ant. An impossible to overcome difference in strength is before me. Scared. This was unplanned for. I don't want to die again. My coat shook. Eh? Arcade sounded surprised. Oh. From within my coat, 3 black beasts jumped forth. Black beasts. Those 3 black beasts were... Those 3 black dogs were blown away by a single swipe of Arcade's slender hand, dissolved into a pile of something like black mud. There's no further pursuit from Arcade. Instead, these crimson eyes stared warily at me. For me, that was quite convenient. But just what was that? Those black animals. And it felt like it jumped out of my body. As if my body was entirely composed of those monsters. Yet there were still things that I didn't understand. Those dogs were enough to make even a monster like this Arcade cautious, even though she destroyed them with one strike.
Chaos. So, you still exist.
Hero Chaos? Who's that? And still exists. Isn't that a strange thing to say? Ignoring my confusion, Arcade continued to mutter.
Truly, you are a dead apostle who bears the name of Chaos. To survive even Shiki's eyes of death perception. Or was that a spare body? Did you prepare a reserve body before you fought with us?
Hero Chaos. Black beasts. Something unpleasant filled my brain. Endless memories. Or rather, fragmentary images. A patchwork of lost still frames. No, this is dangerous. Otono Shiki, that's enough for me. I don't remember. If I remember, then I'll die. But is that okay?
Then I was weak, but this time it's different.
Surroundings shimmered. The air near me suddenly felt cooler. No, it really was becoming colder. As if she was imagining... As if what she was imagining was becoming real.
True that I cannot kill you myself, but I can keep you from going anywhere until I bring Shiki here.
The air around me suddenly froze solid. Or so I thought. Huh? Arcade gave another dumbfounded gasp. She sounded as if she put her full strength into the attack only to have it fail.
Surely, you haven't begun to approach true chaos?
The overwhelming bloodlust began to fade. With a low rumble, countless more black beasts flew from within my coat. At the same time, I turned and ran. I could hear archwades shouting behind me, but I had neither the time nor the need to pay attention. I just ran for my life. The sun was so bright. I was walking. Not anywhere in particular. Just wherever my legs happened to carry me. After I ran away from Archway, I was just wandering aimlessly. I wonder where to go. I wonder where I should be going. I'm not Tonoshiki. Then am I the one called Nero Chaos? I really did kill the people back there. That beast. That's that black beast. I was able to kill people in such a gruesome way. The Black Beast. The Black Beast. There's something I've forgotten. Something very important. All attempts to remember fail, as if I was trying to put spilled water back into its cup. As if every rising memory was sinking in a sea of memories again. I opened the front of my coat. The dim light outlines a body that looked constructed. It feels elastic to the touch. Quite unlike human skin, this seems more like soft rubber. This is not a human body. Am I no longer human? Certainly not with this body. Even though I hardly had time for it, I couldn't help but laughing. I walked past students in school uniforms on the way to club activities. I walked past people on the way to work. I just gave them a fleeting cold glance in passing. Do they have any allies in this world? Without memory, hunting people, a monster. The sun was so bright. It felt like the sunlight itself was stealing away my strength. But where could I relax? A hotel? A deserted house? The park? Where would I be safe? Then I remembered. The safest place in the world. Yamase. Yamase read the nameplate before the house. A normal neighborhood. I passed through the gate. I tried the doorknob, but of course it was locked. So I picked up the potted plant that sat next to the entrance and pulled out the key that lay beneath. Hiding the key in a place like that, truly careless. It should be hidden somewhere a little more subtle. Even though there's nothing valuable, they really should take at least that much care. Never can tell when a murderer might come sneaking in. I slid the key into the lock and turned. Click. The sound of the door unlocking. I turned the knob and slid inside. The house returned to silence. I didn't feel as if anyone was in the building. I casually strolled in. I'm home. No response. Of course, this house's residents had already left. If they hadn't, there'd be no need to put out the extra key, would there? In a house with just mother and child, obviously, mother would already have left for work by this hour. I'm home, smiling at my own silliness. I look around. So what should I do now? Started to think, then. I'm hungry. I need nourishment soon. The strength of my flesh is growing weaker. Yeah? I felt my heart contract, my pulse race. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 10. The beating multiplied. 20, 50, 100. This time I knew what those heartbeats were. The heartbeats of those black beasts that I'm made of. I opened the front of my coat, and I could see countless red eyes floating in the black rubbery surface. Countless starving eyes. Imploring me second by second to give them their chance to come forth. An incredibly strong entreaty filled my head. My gaze began to twist. No, my consciousness began to vanish. No, 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 no. If it happens here, then when this house's residents return, the chance of meeting these black beasts is too high. Beneath my clothes, my body twitched and bulged. Frantically controlling it, I head to the kitchen. Marshalling my fading mind, I spotted the refrigerator. The Yamase family's proud purchase, the giant fridge that once each week is filled with all the food for the family. Especially bought at the store for just that purpose. I opened it, pulled out the raw meat, and shoved it against my body. With a slurp, it was sucked in. I could hear chewing sounds. I pushed more meat against my body, and again it was sucked in. About the time all the food in the refrigerator was gone, my hunger finally stopped. For some reason, I was very sad. Closing my coat, I directed my legs to the stairs on the second floor. Or to the second floor. Don't go there. I need to know. I don't need to know. I stepped forward. My body was struck by draining exhaustion. Step, step, another step. At the top of the stairs were the doors to two rooms. Maiko's room, and then Akami's room. Two cute nameplates, names written cleanly in hiragana, hung on the doors. I stood before the door, labeled as Maiko's. I gulped. For some reason, I knew I shouldn't open this door. Probably it'd be best to turn around and just walk away. But I knew that I needed to open it. I stood staring for a moment, then opened the door. Inside was a neat and tidy room. A pink carpet and a bed adorned with cute dolls. Feels like a girl's room. I entered the room. My sight began to shake dizzily. I wanted to leave as soon as possible. There was something I needed to do here. For myself. The room condition. Something about it really bothered me. It was too tidy. It was as if there wasn't anyone who was actually use the room, but got cleaned anyway. As if to be ready for its occupant's return at any time. I glanced at the trash can. As I expected, there was nothing inside. It was just collecting dust. A dusty trash can. There could only be one reason for that. This room wasn't being lived in. I turned to the desk. I picked up a notebook. Supposed to be cute, maybe. Around the letters, the contents of classes were neatly copied. From just this one notebook, I could grasp the personality of the room's inhabitant. Then I noticed an unadorned picture frame. I reached out, picked it up, then froze. This emotion, this terror. This is terror, huh? Just looking at that frame awoke a deep, binding terror. It stopped me from doing anything. But there was only one thing I could do. Sucking in a deep breath, I gathered my courage and reached out to the frame. The picture in that frame looked to be a family picture. A woman who seemed to be the mother and two girls. Two girls. One girl with long hair. And one more girl. Very similar to the long-haired girl, but with short hair. Happily smiling. The mother looking on, smiling gently. Ah, that's right. Pitta-patta, it crumbled. My dream crumbled. I returned the picture to the desk and then pulled out a photo album off the shelves. The records of two girls growing up. Both so happy. As if the two of them were a single set. Fit into a single picture. What is this? This feeling in my heart. My head shook. My gaze turned red. Then the world broke. Run. I heard that shout from somewhere. What was that about? I looked around, but I didn't see anything happening. but somebody seemed to be in danger. The voice seemed quite tense, not at all joking. If that's true, then I should go help. Yeah, people should help each other. I have a black belt in karate, after all. Against a knife, then I'm pretty sure of myself. Today was special, after all. In that silver-lit park, I moved quickly towards that voice. This body is all cracked. My nourishment has been quite insufficient. A quiet voice. A different person than before. Conveniently, it seems something nutritious has arrived. Don't. With heavy rhythmical footsteps, that some huge black thing ran towards me. Looked like some black beast. Ah. As my scream escaped, the wind slashed by my face. My vision tumbled. A deep red puddle was spreading. My clothes were drenched in something cold. Even though I knew I needed to flee, my body wouldn't move. Like this, my clothes will be stained all red. My favorite clothes that my little sister gave me for my birthday. Wonder if it'll come out in the wash. What'll I do if it doesn't? Maybe I should take it to the cleaners first. I can feel something dragging me. Stop, I don't want my clothes to tear. It may not bother her, but it would bother me. In the sky, a pure red moon. As if my eyes were filled with blood, a pure red moon. I like the white moon, but I hate this red moon. Crunch, bite, tear. Rip, chew, swallow. I feel a little sleepy, but I need to get home. Today's my sister's birthday. I need to finish getting her present ready. Oh, that's right. That was my face. That was me in that photo. That was where I died. Ah, the dream is over.
Are you... Mom, you there?
Followed by footsteps climbing the stairs. I didn't know what to do. I've completely lost the plot here. Like, is this still the same? Is this still Shiki? Like,
Guess Shiki got possessed by someone.
yeah, but like, should I run?
Was not Nero?
Should I run? If so, then jumping out the window would work. But like, did we switch to Akemi at some point? Because, with this body, that'd be easy. But I couldn't. Yamase Maiko wanted to meet this girl. I mean, I don't know why. Wait. I don't know anything about Maiko, but. Behind me, I heard something heavy fall to the floor. I turned around. There stood my little sister, Yamase Akemi, wearing a shocked face.
She gets a Sprite. Nessa?
Oh, no, I said I would. Yeah, Maiko would be saying that, right? Nei-san?
Long time no see. You look good. I'm glad.
Nei-san. With flowing tears. Yeah, I think Maiko's a boy, so. Right?
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Because I remember there was a brother and a sister, right?
Yeah, I think so.
With flowing tears, Akemi tried to embrace me, but I avoided her. That earlier feeding couldn't escape my mind. Nei-san?
I'm sorry. The reason I can't hug you.
That doesn't matter. I knew you were alive, Nei-san. We've been worried. It hurt. My heart hurt. My crying sister. It hurt. Hey, Akemi, I'm dead.
Huh?
You begged God, just for today, I've returned to this world. Wait, oh, no, okay, they are sisters? I'm... Oh boy. Wait.
Yeah, this is the most confusing
Yeah.
side story.
That can't be true, Nisan.
It's true.
Right, I'm gonna look up these characters real quick, just so I'm gonna check
This
the
isn't the
wiki.
first time they're introduced, right?
Yeah, as far as I know, anyway.
So what happened to Shiki?
Okay, yes, it's a yeah, they're sisters, okay, so...
For a moment, I hesitated. Then flung open my coat. Akemi held both hands to her mouth and stepped back. My body was nothing but a black mass with only the outlines of a woman's body. No surprise she's scared. I expected it, but seeing that reaction from my beloved sister hurt. See, my body doesn't belong to this world anymore.
Oops.
Nesan. You know? Just a guess, but the reason I came back to this world is probably for you, Akemi. So I could tell you, happy birthday. It just occurred to me.
I'm just so confused, because, like, clearly it's Nero's body, but, like, when...
And Shiki?
when did we
Nero
switch...
Shiki?
Yeah.
Nesan. Stay well, okay? Take care of yourself. I'll always be watching over you. And stay out of the park at night, okay? Nesan, wait. At least wait for Mom too. Sorry. I'm already out of time. No, not like this. One-chan, you finally came back. Akemi's cute face twisted up, and tears poured out. One-chan? Oh yeah, how nostalgic. Long ago, Akemi used to call me that. But at what point did she stop calling me One-chan and start using Ne-san? That's right, it was when she entered high school. It was too childish, and I got mad at her about it. When Mom was off at work, I was the one who took care of Akemi. That's why she always followed me around. Always quietly crying, following me. To protect my sister from bullying boys, I studied karate. And the end result of my karate studies opened her heart. And from then on, she always stuck to my side. Even though she was far smarter than I was, she took the same entrance exams just to be in the same high school as me. To try to make her stand on her own, I pushed her away a little. Ever since then, Akemi referred to me as Ne-san. One-chan, me and Mom, we always believed you'd come back. We knew you'd definitely come back. It was like seeing the past Akemi all over again. Sniffling, sobbing, my little sister. Why can't I cry? There are so many things I want to tell you, so I wait for you. It hurts. At least one day. It hurt too much. I just silently walked past her. Wait, One-chan. Akemi grabbed my arm. Her hand began to sink into my flesh. I slapped her hand away. One-chan. Looking at her hand, my dear sister's face was scared. Stay well, okay? Giving my farewell, I left the house. I could sense Akemi chasing me, so I shook her off with one great leap. I wonder what I should do now. Eventually, night came. I stood alone in the park. The park where I died. Maybe they'd grown too starved, but somehow I managed to maintain control of my body. However, I could feel the end approaching. If I should lose control, then the beasts of my body would probably feel their hunger and all the people nearby. I don't want that. I don't want there to be any more people like me. So I silently stood, watching the night sky and the slowly sinking moon. Ah, pure red moon. Red as if dyed scarlet. Part of me was horribly impatient, but another part horribly calm. Utter ambivalence. So this is what it feels like to wait for your execution. How I acquired this form, I don't know. In my mind, it really is near miraculous. If possible, I really wanted to spend more time with my family. But I can't. I don't think I could restrain myself from eating people. How much time passed? Suddenly, I felt someone arrive. Then,
Probably
so
Arcade.
you were here, such confidence. Although your shape has changed. The voices of two women, Arcade-san and Ciel-san. I stood up from my bench. The two I'd been expecting, but also protected behind Arcade-san's back, single man. He wore a pair of glasses over a grim face.
Hmm.
He must be Tonoshiki. He staggered weakly. His face was very pale. No matter how you look at it, this was one unhealthy young man. Is it alright for him to be here? Ha! Here I am about to be killed, and I'm still worrying about others. Ciel-san swung her arm in a simple motion. Thunk, thunk, thunk. 3 needle-like blades pierced my body. The tips stuck out of my back. But there was no pain. No feeling of being stabbed at all. I pulled the blades out and tossed them aside. They rung loudly as they hit the ground. As I said, Ciel, our attacks won't work on that. So it seems, Arcade. To get hit by my black keys and not even twitch, well, a normal vampire couldn't manage that. I couldn't ignore those words. What? You can't kill me? That's right. We can't. Your flesh is now very close to real chaos. Chaos itself is a world of its own, fusing heaven and earth. To destroy the chaos that is your flesh would require enough power to destroy the entire world. Ever since the earth was created, nothing had that much power. But Shiki is different. Right, Tono-kun's eyes of death perception can kill even an entity like you. Because Tono-kun can kill, not the concept of chaos, but rather the conception of you. So that's why you brought someone so ill. That's because he's separated from Shiki's body. Arcade shouted almost angrily. No, she actually was angry. For some reason, you, a piece of Nero's ruin that should have stayed a part of Shiki's body, developed your own will.
Okay.
That's why you and Shiki were both around at the same time. If it weren't for the blood of the two girls, even bringing Shiki here would have been really dangerous. Now I understand. This body's starving hunger isn't actually hunger. The one that originally used this body used some method to describe the structure the flesh was to maintain. But to a normal person like me, that sort of difficult trick is impossible. In the end, since I separated from Shiki-kun's body, the body needed to draw in a new shape information from the body, from outside the body. In other words, this wasn't just a simple hunger. Collapsing existence, reversion to perfect chaos.
Oh no, it's got all
And
7
this
Chaos
was used to
Emeralds.
prevent that.
It's a Sonic Adventure reference. Sorry about that.
To preserve this body, to preserve a human-like body that would not fall into chaos, it needed to supply something similar. Thus, eating people. After all, I can't live on without killing people. I'm a monster after all. Although, think about it, wasn't the start of all this because you taught Tono-kun some of the fragmented magic of your meager knowledge? Ciel-san's gaze caused Arcoid-san to flinch. That's Ciel. I did it for Shiki. And it ended up like this, didn't it? I'm truly looking forward to watching you explain this to Akiya-san. A righteous smirk graced Ciel-san's face. What? No. Shiki, say something.
Well, Arkway was just thinking about my lifespan when she taught me that.
Jealousy. A superficial, playful argument between people who don't even dislike each other. Akemi and I used to argue like that. Why are these 3 people playing out such a cruel scene before me? Like a scene from normal, everyday life. Get up in the morning, eat breakfast with the family, go to school, chat with friends, return home, eat a family dinner, sleep. The utterly boring, irreplaceably precious daily life. Mom was there, and Akemi. That quiet, restful scenery. What I now long for from the bottom of my heart, what I cannot ever have. Such a small thing, unless you lose it, you never even realized it was there. That giant, desperate desire. Why are they forcing me to watch that? I pulled the knife out of my pocket and tossed it to Shiki-kun. As I expected, Arcoid-san grabbed it out of midair before passing it to Shiki-kun herself. Then Arcoid-san and Ciel-san both silently stepped back. This pale-faced, ill Shiki-kun is to take care of me. See,
A human will take... Oh no.
a human will take care of me? With a sigh, he removed his glasses. Blue eyes? Terribly cold, evil eyes. As if shining with their own lights, those fascinating eyes. They left the same feeling in my heart, Arcoid-san's crimson eyes. Suddenly, the beast began to writhe within my body. As if triggered by the magic of those blue eyes, or maybe they simply understood how dangerous those eyes were. Survival instincts. They suddenly awoke. But I forced them down. The beast struggled for a little, but then gradually subsided. How skillful I've become at controlling this body in just a few hours. Shiki-kun's cold eyes quietly watched me. Do you think you can kill me with that tiny little knife? Deliberately, I jested with them. but he still said nothing, just continued to silently watch. Is it just my imagination that he looks like a predator waiting for its prey? Why don't you say something? I suddenly broke into a run. My body felt so light. In a moment, my surroundings were left behind. No joke, just pure physical strength. I clenched my right hand. A hard, boulder-like fist. Just a single strike from this body, and a human would die easily. It had that much strength, I now knew. But for that same reason, I held back. I don't want to kill anyone anymore. Shiki-kun dove under my fist and struck and stuck out his knife. But a tiny blade like that one couldn't kill me. So there's no reason to bother dodging. I wish he'd get serious about this. The knife pierced my chest. Then I felt a chill that penetrated all the way to the bottom of my heart. Ah. The instant I felt myself being stabbed, I knew that I was beginning to fade. That this was probably a fatal wound. One that I would definitely not be able to revive from. My mind began to scatter, sinking into the darkness. Thankfully, it didn't hurt. I don't want to hurt anymore. Suddenly, my body jerked and writhed. With its commander, me, dying, the beast that composed this body began to run wild. As my thread was stretched to its limits, their struggles became stronger. From my body, starving beasts, bears and tigers, and lions and wolves, and sharks and other creatures I couldn't recognize, sprang forth, like water from a fountain. But as those countless beasts jumped from my body and attacked those three people, they were pierced by dark needle-like blades or killed by single strikes from Arc-Raid's-on.
Hold on a second. Dropping frames again. God damn it. Okay, come on, come back, please. I think I might need to update OBS. I did just get an update recently that I haven't touched yet. Because like this has happened like every stream now. And my internet should be
Hopefully that
fine.
fixed it.
Yeah. Oh, hold on. Yep. Now YouTube's telling me that the connection's bad. Okay, I think it's starting to come back now. Okay, it's no longer dropping frames. Okay, I think we should be good now.
People can actually kill me. It's all right now. Darkness?
Yeah. Just thumping. Oh, wait, that's click again? Okay.
Nichan! A familiar voice from a girl that shared my blood. At the edges of my fading sight, several beasts ran towards that voice. My mind melting into darkness suddenly returned. Ah! Collapsing, breaking, fading. My flesh, my soul, my mind. But if a miracle had brought me back once, then a miracle could help me again. So I ran. Steadily, my body, or rather my spirit, was crumbling, turning into a viscous black mess. But just a little more, before that precious girl, one beast, a large black tiger, Ah! With a roar, I grappled with with the beast. Akemi looked at me in surprise. Shiki-kun arrived a half step behind me, with the flash of his knife. The tiger collapsed, and just like it, I too collapsed. Why, huh? Akemi began to cry. Behind her stood Arcade-san and Ciel-san, looking unhappy. And bewildered, as if he didn't understand what was happening, Shiki-kun. Oh, One-chan! No, no, no! Don't die! I'll do anything, please! Summoning all my remaining strength, I smiled. So that in the end, I could show Akemi my best face. One-chan! One-chan! One-chan, one-chan, one-chan! Akemi is still such a crybaby. But I can't protect her anymore. Akemi, smile. Eh? I can't. If you come back, then I'll smile, but I can't. Distant, my mind was fading. My spirit fading. Akemi, smile. For me to smile. At the end, let me see your smile. One-chan. Okay. I'll smile. See? I'm smiling. Be strong. I was always there to protect you, right? The world was dark. Everything growing so distant. One-chan. Twinkling tears fell on my face. I wonder if it looks like I'm crying. The moon. So beautiful. Pure white moon. The white moon in the sky. The crimson washed away by those tears. The end of my dream. My dream, so short, so long, is now over. Akemi is gonna live the rest of her life thinking that Shiki, Arcade, and Ciel killed her sister.
Well, I think she knew that it wasn't her, because I think it was Nero's body. Like, I'm not... It's very confusing. So I think what happened...
Not her sister's memories.
Yeah. So I guess at some point Nero absorbed Maiko, and... that part of him broke off from Shiki, and...
How did it attach to Shiki?
I guess that happened after the battle with him?
Did you have ramen? Wow, what a great note.
Alright, well, that was the last of those stories, so now we have summer festivals. I have no idea how long these are. Hopefully they're on the shorter side, but I don't think we're going to finish it today, even if... Alright, so Arcade, I guess. I could hear insects chirping. The radiant heat of midday had cooled somewhat with the coming of night. Seems that summer will be over soon. The evening wind brings a gentle and glorious cool, but somehow it has a sad grace to it. I was the one who suggested, let's go to the festival. During last weeks of August, today, the day of the fireworks celebration. Alongside, there is a festival held at a shrine outside of town. Suggesting that we go there is nothing surprising. For those of us who live in this town, going to the shrine's festival at the close of summer is the usual custom. Hey, Arcade, you're taking too long. If you don't leave soon, the fireworks are gonna start.
Okay, I'm coming.
From inside the mansion, I hear Arcade's lively voice. When I had first invited Arcade to the festival, she just tilted her head and waited for an explanation. Then when I explained what the festival was, she came straight to the mansion to see Kohaku. Man, how many times now have you said the same thing? I crossed my arms and sighed. It's already been 30 minutes since Arcade entered Kohaku's room. Even though the festival will start any minute, she hasn't moved an inch from the mansion. That's Arcade, I think.
Thanks for waiting.
The door opened. What do you mean, thanks for waiting? Exactly what have you been...
Ta-da!
Cute.
I'm borrowing Kohaku's kimono.
My complaints stop dead. Arcade wearing a white kimono and happily doing a little spin step.
It's a little embarrassing. Hey, how's it look, Shiki? I don't look strange, do I?
I mean... I suppose you could call it strange. Arcade and kimonos would seem like a very mismatched pairing. Even so, why is she so mind-blowing beautiful? It looks really good. What do you think? Isn't it a lot harder to move around in than your normal clothes?
Yeah, to tell the truth, it is a little difficult to move in. But this is fun. It's great feeling like a different person, and besides, I'm dressed like you are, Shiki.
Arcade lifted one sleeve and spun in a circle. When she did, the fluttering kimono gave the illusion of becoming a white dress.
Well then, go. The festival's going to start soon, right?
She was the one that kept me waiting, yet she's the one that goes running off first. Wait up, Arcade. Geez, you really are childish. I hurriedly chased that white kimono. Ah well. That same playful childlike Arcade is the one I love best, though. There's no helping it, really. She's dressed unusually, but anyway, I caught up and passed Arcade, and we hurried to the last festival of the year. With all that, the sun set on the road to the shrine. The stars in the shrine on the plateau are long. Surrounding us were other people headed to the festival.
Hey, looks fun. Even though this people are here, I don't feel uncomfortable at all. And everyone seems so cheerful.
Even though this people.
I know, right? People. It almost doesn't seem like a human town.
I walked while concentrating on the music coming from the fairgrounds. Arcade seemed quite happy, taking bouncy steps up the stairs. This festival really is a festival. Oh wait, oh, I think that's her.
This really is a festival. It feels nice, like everyone here is in a dance together.
Arcade gave a cat-like stretch. Nah, there's a bone dance up there, but, well, even without dancing, it's still a festival.
On dancing? What's that?
Her tilted head asked. Bone dancing is when everyone gets in a circle and dances. Ah, that's right. Originally it had some sort of ritual meaning, but these days it doesn't feel like that anymore. Contemplated Arcade. I thought she had something to say, but...
Never mind. Let's hurry and go. It looks like it's already started.
Energetically, she rushed up the steps. In the ground, various sorts of booths were lined up, starting with cotton candy and goldfish scooping, then a modern mask shop and a rifle range, a drum game that could be found in any video arcade, etc., etc. Bustling scene of activity enough to dazzle the eyes. Therefore, the grounds were jammed with people, so we needed to be careful not to be separated. But then...
Hey, what's that, Shiki?
Every time we passed a shop, Arcade stopped. Ah, that's a water balloon. You fill the inside with water, then you hit it with the rubber outside. The water goes splash, splash. It's not really interesting, so let's keep moving. Keep moving.
I think it's neat. Come on, buy one. Buy one.
Listen, you. Ever since we started, that's all you've said. At this rate, you'll hit every shop.
Of course, that's what I intend to do. There's about 40 shops here in all, right? That means there's only 30 left, right?
Like hell, right? Damn, you want to empty my wallet, don't you? In between muttering similar complaints.
Gramps, give me one of those, please. Not that one. One of the white ones. Yeah, cat-like one.
Oh, okay, I guess Shiki was the one saying that. Tony Shiki pulled his wallet out from his pocket. I'm really indulgent, aren't I?
Thought Shiki was broke.
I think he like earns his own money. Like, Arcade's rampage through the booths continued, with a continuous bap 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 from hitting the water balloon at super high speed. Arcade proceeded to plow her way through cotton candy, yakisoba, and goldfish scooping. I enjoyed myself watching, occasionally joining in. And so we passed the time. At a loud boom, we looked up at the sky to see a glowing flower bloom in the sky. A large glowing flower. Fireworks. One after another rose the waves of multicolored fireworks. Arcade, the fireworks are stuck. Looked to the side and my voice halted. Arcade was wordlessly, childishly staring at the fireworks dying in the night sky. Bam, bam. The sky burned with sounds of explosions. Red, blue, and glowing like the Milky Way. Those fleeting man-made stars. They were beautiful. Those never seen in nature. Illusionary flowers. Arcade just stood there staring. Wave after wave there rose, those clusters of fading lights. What she saw there, I don't know. She just silently, longingly, as if for a distant home, stared up at the burning sky. With the fireworks over, the festival quickly lost its fever pitch. It too was ending. You could no longer even see a trace of the surging crowds, and shops that had been so noisy began to one then another close up and depart. The fireworks were over and the festival was over, and the night was wearing on. The brilliant summer evening was almost gone now, with neither shape nor shadow remaining.
Fun, Shiki.
We stood behind the shrine, looking down on the city. In this place where only we remained. Was it? Well, if you enjoyed it, that's good. A bit of a distracted answer. Probably because I simply couldn't shake the image of Arcade's face as she was watching the fireworks. I was just happy that today had been a fun and happy day for her.
Shiki, you seem kind of down.
I'm just a little tired. We did get dragged all over the place in the crowd after all. Man, next time we're going to be treated like invalids. Especially Arcade with her let's try all the shops game.
Next time, you said. But isn't the last festival?
Yeah, today's festival was the last one, but next year there's another, right? As long as summer comes, the festivals will go on forever.
Ah, that's right. Right, next year too, I can go with you, Shiki. Yay.
Celebrated Arcade. Looking at her, I couldn't help but smile too. That's right, this festival is over. And tomorrow, the hot, fun days of summer will be over too. And these days since I met Arcade, since we fought together, someday they will come to an end. Even I know that. And surely that end is not too far away. But even so, as long as I can live the... As long as I can lives these days, as long as I can walk by Arcade's side, then I wouldn't be foolish to regret that. I'd be foolish to regret that.
Hey, Shiki. What do you want to do tomorrow? School's still closed, so let's go play somewhere.
That sounds good. The beach, well, that'd be bad, but so let's go to the mountains. Not many days left, so if we don't hurry up, they'll end. Arcade tilted her head inquiringly at the word end. I mean... I looked down at the town and took a deep breath. The night wind was a little cool and swept across my sweaty body. This festival is over, but there's no time to regret that. The days go on forever. Summer, too, is over now, isn't it? I mean, the seasons turn again. The time with Arcade isn't over yet. That's why I won't think of today as anything other than just another day. Someday the end will come, and this will just be one radiant memory saying thank you. That's why this ending, too, will become just another shining memory tomorrow. Then let's go, Arcade. I stood up. Arcade hurried to keep up as she came along. Thus, from the plateau overlooking the town, we returned to our normal city lives. This hot summer is over. So until next time, these happy times are added up and the end has come. Once more, remember this summer.
Cute.
Yeah. We should have time for at least one more. Oh, different credits format too. I like this music. So after the summer festivals, there's like one more bonus scene, then apparently some more extra scenes that we missed in both this game and Tsukihime, where you have to click on certain things on the title screen. Those we'll probably have to do next time. I heard about something called the fun menu that I haven't seen yet. I tried looking up how to access it, but I couldn't get a straight answer anywhere because very few people have bothered to play this game in its entirety.
I can understand that, but fun menu though.
Yeah.
Interesting. So when I hear that, I feel like that could be sarcasm. Ah, yes, very fun. Wow, I love that contribution, that the fool. And yay, my bestie say.
Stays there. Warning. Yeah, Drinking Dreaming Moon is the one we unlocked for doing all the summer festivals. like I said, it should be time for one more of those.
Satsuki scenario. Rumor has it that it's already completed. Maybe we'll get to see it one day.
Okay, Summer Festival CL. I could hear insects chirping. Radiant midday, the heat of midday had cooled somewhat with the coming of night. Seems the summer will be over soon. Wait, is this the same dialogue? Oh, no. Okay. Senpai was the one who suggested let's go to the festival. During the last weeks of August, today... Oh, yeah. Different background, but same dialogue. However, since the invitation came from Senpai, the nuance is different. Since Senpai is a foreigner and unfamiliar with Japanese festivals, mostly because...
I can hear the whistles. Do you think they all are going to go to Kohaku to get changed?
Possibly. Well, we don't know where she got hers.
Sounds bustling and fun.
I didn't expect her to be able to wear yukata flawlessly.
Sono-kun, you seem tired. Something wrong?
No, I've got plenty of energy. It's just that you look so pretty in that yukata that I'm a bit nervous.
Thank you, Tono-kun. Since you think so, I guess there was a point to all the effort I spent making it.
I don't know, she made it herself. Senpai looked back at me with a soft smile. Ooh, adult answering like that with only makes me even more nervous. Ah, that's right, Senpai. Is this your first time at a Japanese festival?
Yeah, that's right. I've heard about them, but this is the first time I'll experience one myself. My father came to Japan once, and it seems like he went to a festival back then. When I was a child, I listened to all of his tales and thought how nice it would be to see the dancing and play the drums.
Wow, the drums, huh? Well, I'm sorry, but this shrine doesn't do any dancing. There are a bunch of shops, but there's no space for the stage.
Is that so? That's a little disappointing.
Again, Senpai softly smiled. Perhaps because of the yukata she's wearing, but she seems even more grown up than usual. Ah, but the food from the shops is really good. Roast squid or yakisoba, they're all superb.
Of course I investigated everything. This festival's reputation is that all the most delicious shops from town gather here.
Senpai smiled another adult smile. Well, that's Senpai for you. No matter how adult she dresses, there's never any lapse in her likes taking priority. Creeping up the stairs to the ground is filled with people. Cramped lines of 40 shops, the dense currents of people, fluttering sounds of festival music, the smells of many different foods, and...
It was delicious, the taste was excellent, and the volume was also very satisfying.
one demon with a bottomless stomach. I wonder if I should try another one. That sense of total satisfaction was a little lacking, perhaps because the sauce's flavor was a little thin. Oh wait, was that her? Yeah. After consuming a plate of okonomiyaki the size of a baseball mitt, Ciel Senpai looked toward her next target, a yakisoba shop. You've heard of tightening your belt, but her gastrointestinal tract is truly fearsome. So, Senpai, don't you think it's about time we stopped eating and moved on to other amusements? Ugh. Oh, we've returned to the takoyaki shop we were at earlier.
Don't be so silly, Tono-kun. We've been moving around all this time, haven't we? isn't food one of the major amusements?
Even if you say that with a smile, it's no good. Come on, it's about time for the fireworks, so we've got to get moving. We did come to see the fireworks, didn't we?
True, but
Senpai looks confusedly between me and the shop. The booths have even better food than you expected, huh?
that's right. Just as I would expect from you, Tono-kun. I don't have to say anything, and you understand.
A joyous heel, Senpai. Wrong, I don't understand at all, so I'm going to drag you away. I grabbed Senpai's sleeve and began walking.
But I haven't eaten any of the rising yakisoba, or the, oh yeah, yakitori, or even the black hot animal roast.
Yeah, it's better if you don't eat anything with strange names like those, so we're going this way. Dragging every step, I pulled Senpai away from that Glen's Delight, the food court. The Great City's roast persimmons. The naked light. No, wait. Okay.
Great cities roast persimmons. The naked flight strawberry crepes. Bulletin toast and apple jelly.
Senpai kept murmuring the names of the shops like a spell. It'll be alright once the fireworks are over. We can come back. You can eat everything you want then, okay? Food's not going to run away, but the fireworks will, so right now, that's our priority.
Shop peak time when they're really getting into the swing of things.
Alright, now she's squatting and scribbling something on the ground. And just as I was thinking that this might be serious, a large rumbling noise peeled through the night sky. Ah. Senpai and I gasped in harmony. At the same time, we looked up at the sky and saw, blooming brightly in many colors, flowers born from gunpowder. Bam, bam, bam. This is part of the plateau, after all, so it feels very close to the fireworks. That blaze of glory. The smell of gunpowder and the scattered fragments of those flowers of flame. And I think most people know this already, but the Japanese word for fireworks is hanabi, which literally means fire flower. The night sky was muddled by smoke, but amidst the smoke, designs of red, blue, orange bloomed and fell one after another. Aren't they pretty? I heard Senpai's... Oh, no.
Aren't they pretty?
I heard Senpai's voice from beside me. Yeah. With only that empty response, I stared upwards at the incessantly flashy sky. One by one, the lights disappeared. While watching their beauty, I suddenly realized how precious this day was. The fireworks continued to rise without pause. And in one instant of shining, above the distantly seen earth, I could see eternity.
Incredible. A 5-fold cluster fireworks.
I heard from the side. Senpai stared upward to the fireworks staining the sky. It looks like and I looked at her profile and thought, for how long can we go on like this? That has nothing to do with this moment. Before us lie many mountains of problems, and it's difficult to imagine that we could stay like this forever. That has nothing to do with now. Just like those fireworks shining in the heavens fade in an instant, there's nothing that lasts forever. But in that radiance, you can see eternity. Storing that irreplaceable and unrepeatable moment in your heart, you move into the future. When those fireworks are over, the festival ends. When the festival is over, that means summer 2 was over, Senpai. The first summer stand I've spent with her.
Did you say something, Tono-kun?
Nope, nothing. Just that group of 6 fireworks was impressive.
Wasn't it? This is just how fireworks should be.
Happily, CL Senpai responded. Smiling back, I looked up once more. The rings of fire blooming in the sky. The festival is ending, brushes away an uncomfortable sweat of the summer day. At any moment, the flowers will fade, and the night will regain its previous quiet. The twinkling of just living day by day. But in the heart burned by those flames again and again, someday scars will form.
Eight. That one was 8 fireworks, Dogun.
Beside me was the smile of my beloved. The fireworks will cease, the festival will close, and the summer will end. Before I knew it, my hands were full of all the many things and traces of the year. Oh, it's about time for the finale, Senpai. Looks like the end will be a group of 10 or even 20. So right now, I'll just move forward without thinking those dark thoughts. Seasons will pass and my years will come to an end, but until then, I'll just keep moving forward because that's life. So even should I end up in heaven right now with my beloved, I'll make more memories than anyone could hold. So then, until next time, next year's summer, let it be splendid hot season. Can I skip this?
Swift, yeah, and more sad.
Yep. I don't think I can skip this one, huh?
Poor Shiki's wallet. And both.
I guess I could close the game, but I don't know if I would get credit for finishing the story if I did that. I guess we just gotta
Nah, don't risk it.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think we'll have time for one more since you gotta go soon, right?
Yeah.
Alright. So I guess I'll just say the outro now. So thanks for watching, everyone. I really thought we could finish today, but there's just so much. So there's not gonna be a Friday stream next week. We're gonna finish this game up on Saturday, one way or another, and then I guess the following week we'll finally start Multi-Blood. Also next week I'm gonna try my best to finish Star Wars Dark Forces and possibly start Bloodstained again for the YouTube viewers. That's over on my second channel. I'm also gonna try and finish up Senran Kagura 2. I haven't had time to record that this week. And then towards the end of next week, also the next event in Fate Grand Order should be starting. I think it's a pretty typical like daily event where you just go through the story each day and then farm materials.
Sounds good.
Oh, okay. So let's look at the Maiko entry for on the wiki. She actually was in Tsukihime, but was not named.
You decided on a name for her, I guess, here?
Yeah, so I don't know if you remember this, but I'll do this first.
Again, 46-san found a plethora of typos and spelling mistakes. Thank you very much, the staff.
I feel like that one might have been from the translators, but or yeah, I don't remember, but when Shiki was first like observing Nero, he attacked an innocent girl. That was Maiko, apparently. Yeah,
The person who made her story must have really loved that scene.
And I guess they just wanted to give that character, a background. Meanwhile, Akemi here doesn't even get her own page. She's just on the list of minor characters. All right, so yep. Thanks for watching, everyone. We'll see you next week.